And so I want to read one more poem. It's one of my new favorite pieces. So a lot of people know me because of a poem I wrote several years ago called Show Up that went viral. And I talk about the importance of showing up authentically, unapologetically, bringing your full self to the space. And then what can happen when we do that? The moment we choose to show up, I think, is the moment where miracles start to happen. Because God already showed up, and we're invited to also show up and do beautiful, powerful things in the world. But also, there's times when you don't need to show up. And so I had to learn that the hard way because, I'm highly active. I'm always like moving around, trying to help out as much as possible. I was getting burnt out. There was a time where I would go to every single march and rally and protest and healing circle and everything I could possibly go to, but I realized I was running myself ragged. Like I was running on E. Not just metaphorically, literally, my car was running out of gas because I couldn't get to where I was trying to go because I didn't take enough time to slow down and fill up my tank. And once I started realizing, I was like, wow, I need to slow down. And as one of my mentors taught me, they said, allow my no to make room for my yes. Right? That's what this poem is about. Those times when you got to slow down, I think we're in an era where we need to slow down. Because so oftentimes our culture, our societies, we're moving so fast. I think that's what's caused us to experience some of the struggles and some of the suffering, some of the woundedness that we're carrying out. So we have to slow down, to breathe, and to tend to each other in a real way. So sometimes, don't show up. A reminder for when showing up just ain't it. This could have just as easily been a text or an email instead of a meeting. Don't show up. If you feeling their quota is all that they're needing, don't show up. If you would go but then wish you would have stayed, don't show up. If you're being overworked and underpaid, don't show up. If you'd rather literally be doing anything anywhere else, don't show up. If you being there would jeopardize your mental health, don't show up. If you don't need a survey, a graph, or a chart to know that this place can't properly care for your heart, don't show up. If they say they want you now, but didn't want you from the start, don't show up. If you bringing your full self would somehow make you wrong, don't show up. If you need to keep your heart soft, but your boundaries strong, don't show up. If it will make you question your safety or your sanity, don't show up. If they honor their comfort more than your humanity, don't show up. If they don't enthusiastically support your choice to be sober, don't show up. If you're being offered a seat at the table your ancestors would have flipped over, don't show up. If they want to jump to healing and repair before they confess and repent, don't show up. If they assume they know what's best for you and don't practice consent, don't show up. If there are parts of yourself you have to deny or hide, if it doesn't make you feel more healed, whole, and alive, if the world needs you well and you need to rest, if you need to let your no make room for your yes, don't show up. Because no is your choice. Because no is your commitment. No needs no explanation because no is a complete sentence. No need for punctuation. No need for explanation. No need for an apology when you're allowed to just say it. You can reclaim your time and reclaim your space. For all you've given away, you can receive more grace. Because sometimes the best way to really show love to others and yourself is when you don't show up. Thank you. So it's my hope that we create the space for ourselves, create the space for each other to deepen into these words of poetry, to deepen into these practices so we can get closer to the world our hearts long to live in together. Thank y'all for being a part of that work. Appreciate it. So one of my favorite parts about crafting this book is that every poem has a practice that the reader's invited to participate in. So there's always spaces for reflection and ways for people to go deeper. Because it's not just about the words on the page, but how do we embody it, right? How do we make this a part of our lives? And I love that we have the guide now as well to take that deeper into a curricular space as well. So it's powerful. I'm super grateful.